What's going on, YouTube? This is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech with a video to reflect on some of the information that was revealed from the T-Mobile Quarter 1 earnings report from today. This is April 24th, 2017, and looks like we have all the information we were kind of waiting for to see what type of numbers T-Mobile had in terms of their earnings, some future expenditure information, and some of the plans that they have moving forward in quarter 2 and, of course, the rest of 2017. So without further ado, let's get into some of the information from the earnings report. Okay, to kind of start things off, some of the things that were highlighted from the T-Mobile Quarter 1 earnings report was the net adds that T-Mobile had during Quarter 1 2017. 1.1 million customer adds. That is an excellent number. I want you guys to keep that into perspective. Verizon lost a net of 289,000 lines or customers. So while Verizon was in the red, almost 300,000, T-Mobile was in the green, 1.1 million. That is a huge disparity in customer adds. Also, the churn rate for T-Mobile was very low. For those of you that don't know what churn rate represents, that is the customer retention rate. Basically keeps track of what percentage of customers they're retaining versus how much are leaving. 1.18 is an excellent number. That is a number that Verizon and AT&T have always seemed to have in terms of customer retention. Now T-Mobile is showing that trend, and that's excellent for them. So they've got the big ads, they have the churn rate is very low, and the last thing, total growth in revenue is at 11%. So again, all those are good. They're all positive. Those are all gains for the company, and they're very, very promising, and it's good to see that for T-Mobile. Now, moving forward, in terms of the performance of T-Mobile in that quarter 1 of 2017, it looks like they're very healthy in customer adds, so there's a lot of growth in that aspect, but the total revenue is down a bit. I think it was at $9.6 billion in terms of total revenue. While that may seem like a lot, their numbers previously were higher. So the amount of profitability, the number of dollars per customer that they're generating is a little bit lower. Now that probably has to do with their promotions, trying to make sure that they're gaining and taking customers from the other carriers. I think they were ready to take a hit in profitability for the quarter. I'm sure that was kind of the plan. The plan was take customers from the other carriers and try to get those dollars spent with their company. So although profitability is down, hard to say, that was kind of the goal. They were probably trying to snag up those customers and goals of keeping them in the long term. Now, here was some financial information that the CFO and the CEO were talking about towards the middle and the end of the earnings report. Looks like spending dollars are actually going to increase slightly. I believe it's only about 8 to 10% increase, but that does show that they're ready to start investing into the capacity of the network. So they're going to be using some funding, additional funding, to deploy a large amount of small cells. I believe the goal was set at 25,000 small cells. What that's going to do is that's going to improve network performance in areas where there may be some congestion or predicted congestion. So if you're a carrier that's adding 1.1 million customers in a quarterly basis, and I'm not saying they're going to sustain it and they're going to do it again in quarter 2, but if they do add that many or a close amount to that in quarter 2, they know they're going to have to support the network. They're going to have to increase their bandwidth ability, and they're going to have to improve the network performance. So they're ready to make that jump. They're ready to make the network better, and this is exactly what T-Mobile has needed. They need the expanded coverage. They got the low megahertz spectrum. They've needed more capacity. Looks like they're ready to add it and deploy it. They're making all the right decisions and all the right moves at exactly the right time. They are really starting to disrupt the carrier market. And honestly, I can say right now in terms of the trends, T-Mobile is trending up so high, while Verizon is actually trending low. The positivity surrounding T-Mobile is at an all-time high, and I think people are starting to notice them. And for those of you that maybe have AT&T and Verizon, you may be thinking to yourself, wow, Sprint and T-Mobile are really starting to make moves as carriers. It's 100% accurate to say that. So it looks very promising for those two companies. Probably T-Mobile more than Sprint. But definitely the grass looks green on the other side for T-Mobile. I know they've been the butt of the joke for many years, but that is not the case anymore. They are a legitimate contender to be the top carrier by the end of 2017. I could definitely see it by 2018. So Verizon has felt it. They felt it in their pockets, and they've lost their customers to them, and they know that they have to respond. So great job by T-Mobile. I'm very happy to see them making all this noise, and it's very promising for the rest of 2017. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. I appreciate it. Go ahead and like the video, share the video, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.